find the office okay today?
I didn't.
Okay. Let's get started. I see that you were referred from an employee assistance program from a company that you've been working for the past 6 years.
Correct.
Okay. Could you tell me why you think you were referred today?
My boss and I feel that I've been less productive while I work. We find that it's taking me significantly more hours to get what should take 8 hours to do.
How many more hours do you think it takes a day now?
I generally wind up working 10 to 11 hours a day and then some Saturdays.
And do you feel there's a reason for this?
I find that I'm just kind of drifting through the day. I guess I really have a lack of focus.
Okay. Do you feel that this lack of focus is purely at work? Is this a recent thing, or has this been leaking in other aspects of your life, or a long-standing thing?
I say that, yeah, it's probably leaking over into my house life, but I guess an example would be if my wife tells me to do something and wind up hearing only half of it, which is definitely starting to frustrate her.
Okay. Have you been arguing more lately?
We argued some, I guess, a couple nights ago, wound up in a shouting match. That wasn't very fun.
I bet not. What happened after the shouting match? Did you resolve it, or?
She wound up slamming the door in my face and I slept on the couch.
You slept on the couch, and this is not typical for you guys.
No, I generally never do this.
Okay, so you slept on the couch that one night, but just in general, how do you feel your sleep habits have been lately?
I guess they've really started to taper off. I guess just the last couple of months I've really been getting only 5 to 6 hours a night, 7 if I'm lucky.
Do you feel that you have trouble falling asleep? Do you have trouble staying asleep?
I find that it's difficult to fall asleep, finding it hard to wind down.
And what do you mean by that?
Just to clear my thoughts before I fall asleep. So I feel that there's this, I guess, kind of a white noise in my head while I try to go to sleep. I just gotta try to quiet that down.
Okay, when you say white noise, what do you mean by that?
I mean, just the conversations of the day, conversations that I know I'll have tomorrow, just going through everything I have to do at work. Just trying to calm myself before bed.
Okay. Do you think that you have trouble waking up in the mornings?
It's definitely hard to get out of bed some mornings.
Okay.
But I'd say probably no more difficult than anybody else.
What about eating? Are you missing breakfast? Has your eating habits changed at all? Are you eating more at all?
Yeah, I guess. Kind of stopped eating most of my lunches because during the summer I'd go home and have lunch with my wife and daughter, but my wife, she had to get a part-time job to help pay the bills, and then my daughter, she went back to school in August. So yeah, generally don't eat lunch anymore, and then dinner by the time I get home, it's generally put away in the fridge, and if I feel like eating, then I'll eat something, but I'm trying over my hunger by the time I get home.
So you're just not very hungry in general?
No.
And do you feel that all of these issues, the lack of focus, the sleeping problems, the eating, or lack thereof, is kind of all centered around right after your wife went back to work and your daughter went to school?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about your wife working?
I mean, we both understand we've got to pay our bills, but I mean, took a pay cut recently, so she had to take a job, get a part-time job.
That sounds difficult.
Yeah.
Do you think the pay cut was due to the productivity issues?
Maybe. I don't company's starting to get into trouble, so who knows.
Okay, that sounds really difficult. I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like you're having a lot of issues in general, just trying to keep things together. So let's try and go on a little more of a positive note. How about free time? Is there anything that you like to do?
I've got my model airplanes. They were, ever since I was a kid, I've collected model airplanes and helped build them and paint them and stuff like that. And recently I just haven't found much time. I haven't found the effort or the energy to do it either.
So you don't want to build your model airplanes anymore?
Not right now. I don't see the point.
You don't see the point.
Yeah.
Have you felt like this a lot? Like you don't see the point to building model airplanes, or you don't see the point to doing anything?
I understand I gotta pay the bills sometimes, but I don't see the point in going to work. I don't see the point in coming home. It's difficult.
It does sound very difficult. What about friends? Do you have any friends at work? Do you see anyone on the weekends?
Yeah, got a cubicle mate of mine named Alan, and we generally go to the bars Friday night after work, but I guess I started going a little more often without him.
About how much more often?
3 nights a week.
And you used to just go on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that that's a problem, or are you okay with that?
I mean, it's definitely taken away from my family time, but there are just some days I don't want to be at work and I don't want to be at home.
So you feel that drinking how many drinks do you have when you go out?
Not to get a bit of a buzz. 2, 3.
And you think that helps, like you said earlier, get rid of the kind of white noise that you're feeling? Just
Yeah,
negate those worries?
definitely.
Okay, well, we're running out of time, so I think that you should probably schedule another appointment with me. It's too early to tell exactly what the issue might be, but it sounds like you have a lot of stress going on in your life, and I think that you could really benefit from coming in again, maybe bringing your wife or daughter. And I just want you to know that this is a safe place and we can talk about anything here, and that I really think that if you keep coming, we can work on these things and things can look up for you and your family.